I think that being autistic, being something which is relatively uncommon when it comes to being in a school year, perhaps, and then being LGBTQ plus on top of that, you do often end up having the feeling that you're on your own and that there's no one else like you around. Sometimes that ends up being true, so that can be quite difficult for someone to grow up with, I think.
I often say to people there's like internalized homophobia. You can be quite internally homophobic towards yourself because you're uncomfortable with maybe who you really are, because you know it, but you kind of think you shouldn't be.
I think it's about trying to find a place you feel comfortable, and as hard as it may be, because it is really hard, trying to find people who you feel comfortable around can really help with anxiety for those who feel like they can't come out or feel uncomfortable with themselves.
I would definitely say that being able to be more authentically me has been good for my mental health, both as an autistic and an LGBTQ plus person. It means that I get to wear clothes that I like, although of course clothing sense doesn't like equate to sexuality or gender at all. It does mean that by me being open about it, I'm able to express that without people interrogating me about it in a way that I'm not comfortable with.
During lockdown, I underwent a lot of self-discovery. I think we had so much time to kind of reflect. And I don't really like the internet as a general, but I think it definitely played a massive role. Watching like videos that are made by queer creators, and being able to kind of connect to them and see your traits in them really helped.
At those times when I'm starting to feel really stressed out, I start what I tend to do is I try to find time to engage with my special interests, and also for sensory interactions that I find restorative, such as playing with my dog, for instance, or under like a pressure blanket for that deep touch.
I read a lot of books as well when I was kind of trying to figure out my sexuality in lockdown as well. And I think it's also just kind of talking to people about it. And like I did a lot of journaling as well, trying to figure out who I am so I could be more comfortable with that.
I find just trying to be kind to myself and having that kind of mantra of being like, actually, I've got through today.
I think that's especially important for autistic people because when you're bringing in additional things such as romantic relationships or sexual encounters, which are both intense in their own ways, you often need, well, at least I often find that I need to recalibrate or take time to myself after that.
I love this quote where it's like, be kind to yourself, or like, be extra kind to yourself on the days you feel the world's moving a bit too fast. And I really like that because I think sometimes the world, especially when you're autistic and you're also LGBT, the world's kind of spinning around you. And sometimes it's just important to step back and think, actually, you know what, I'm doing all right here.